Okay. I am gonna begin by opening up the floor to anybody and everybody who thought that they broke the codex in any kind of way or f***ed up in any kind of way yesterday. This is your moment to come up and speak.
Can we skip
Go
this
ahead and line up
part?
right in front of me if you thought you did something wrong.
So let him cook for a second before I put my foot down.
All right. Jesus, go ahead.
Hello all, I am Jesus. Yesterday, I committed sin. The devil led me into temptation. I'll admit it. I partook in some drugs. I will not deflect blame on others. It was all of my own fruition. It was through choices that I made.
Shout out Jesus the GOAT.
I'm very apologetic for it all. However, that does not excuse my actions.
So all you did was partake in drugs?
No, that is not all I did. There's a lot more to that.
Go ahead. And make it quick, please.
I will. I apologize. Well, after taking the drugs, from what I could remember, I did witness, you know, I saw a fire that had occurred to what I had thought was the library. I did partake in helping with that. I also assisted in aiding with the robbery of the Bank of New Babylon with a firearm that I never thought I would even have in my hands, that contained no bullets. I will admit I was in a panic and a fright. I was looking everywhere, and I thought everyone was attacking me due to the drugs I was on. After that, we ensued in a...
The problem with this is, like, I understand the intention. It's just gonna draw everything out. Like, I don't need to hear 37 speeches of the same story.
After that, there was a shootout that had happened with the police officers. I did not fire upon them because I didn't have any bullets. However, they followed me into the water. They executed me. I rose again, and then I was in prison.
Amen.
Okay.
Thank you,
That's
Jesus.
it.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
All right, next. Go ahead.
Babylonians, I failed you, I failed everybody. Throughout my journey in New Babylon, every single Babylonian showed me nothing but kindness and were treating me very well.
Just get to the point.
Just say what you fucking did.
Yeah, get to the point.
Spice.
Understood. I partook in everything that Jesus did.
Thank you.
AC?
Alright, I did drugs, and for those I pointed a gun at the bank, I apologize.
I
So
love
same
AC.
shit as Jesus?
Basically, yes, I
Okay,
accept
thank
full
you.
responsibility.
Thank you, AC.
Yep. Thank you. Next.
Yes, I shot an old world police 3 times with my revolver, and I failed to uphold my duties as a warden. Thank you.
I waited until I was commanded to apprehend the drugged out, frantic, fucking crazy S. Marduk at the time, rather than just doing
Watch
it
your
when
mouth,
I
boy.
knew I should have. I also did not even help take out the fire. I just fucking watched it while I was looking for the fucking Marduk before I got taken hostage. Thank you. I also shot cops.
I chopped Jesus in prison.
Okay, Jeff?
Jeff, sit your ass down, buddy. It took you 35 minutes to decide to go up there. Sit your ass down.
Okay, from your point of view, Eliza doesn't have majority of the context of what happened yesterday. Just a quick synopsis of what happened, please.
I don't know if it can be quick, I'm gonna be honest.
Do what you need to do then. That's fine.
Probably take our time with these ones.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I woke up in the morning, realized that, you know, from the day before, a lot of things. One being that the Codex is a convenient tool used to make excuses and to justify actions. And it really meant nothing. And the man who wrote it only chooses it to enforce it to his benefit. Upon realizing this, it put me in a sour mood for the day. Then I met up with Sab, as I do in the mornings, for a recap on, you know, things that I may have missed or things we need to discuss or any sort of drama brewing that I should be aware of. And, you know, in doing so, I heard, you know, a couple things that may have set me off. From there,
What were those things?
just bitching and moaning, really. Something I
Can I get some
realized with a lot of
specifics?
people is you know, all the efforts that were put into you know, the speeches, the stories, the meetings, the teachings, and everything. To be fair, a lot of people were taking it and absorbing as much of that information and really elevating themselves to new levels. Or at least I believe so. Elena's a good example of this. But there was also a lot of people who was just kind of falling on deaf ears, and then these guys would kind of stand around and just look for reasons to bitch and moan. Also kind of put me in a bit of a sour mood, if I'm being fair here. And so, you know, then there was that big blow up with Edgar and the codex, and let's break the codex and get the fingerprints ran on the book. So we can find out who it was, but then I'm fucking confused because we're downplaying the fact that there's a literal leak in New Babylon, and then at the same time we're trying to piggyback off of Eliza's great speech about unity, saying that I want to be unified, I support Eliza, but the entire reason I started this island was to turn into a black site where I can kidnap, torture, and extract information from New Babylonians if they were stepping out of line. So I started getting very fucking confused on what the actual direction was, and why things were happening publicly to try to paint me in a certain light. That was very confusing.
Let's pause right there. Let's go back to what you said about Edgar and blackmailing Babylonians and shit. What exactly is that?
Well, I don't think it was a bad or wrong idea. As a matter of fact, I supported it. I was just very confused as when Eliza, you know, stood up and spoke her grievances about being unified and being together and transparent and honest. I was very confused as to why Edgar was standing up and saying he agrees with her when I know for a fact he did not agree with that at all. I was also very confused as to why we're ignoring the fact that there's a leak, because the faces just know everything that we do all the time apparently, but at the same time we think it's also smart to make up a plan that somehow the faces isn't going to find out about, but in the same breath we're also saying the faces just knows everything. So which one is it? Didn't make any sense to me. And then we spoke for weeks on how we should play defensive because we don't have the means, the arms, or the technology to oppose a force so great that we have all seen. I don't have to explain how powerful they are. But then, as soon as Edgar's back from his trip in the forest, it's time for war. It's time for attack. It's time to take our muskets and go camp out one of their base of operations. Like, that's gonna go fucking well. The fact of the matter is, there were plans already in place and actions being taken, planned by our war elders. If Edgar took maybe the day to relax and get caught up on the things that he's missed, he would have realized already plans in action. But instead, he came back so antsy to do something about it that he put several people in the way of danger. Now, I'm not here to completely shit on the guy. I'm just here to... This part is crucial to my state of mind on the following day. Where I woke up, I'm at the pier, I'm looking out at the Shamash Isle. It's in ruin. I'm very upset, very confused. Does the codex matter? Does anything here matter anymore? Half these fucking people are too cowardless to say anything. Nobody stands up for anything they fucking believe in. The other half just follow each other around. Then there's a few who actually get shit done. That was my mindset going into it. So I decided, hey, let's do some fucking drugs, okay? I called in Yaya, Bazim, AC, and Jesus. We were hanging out, having a good fucking time. We went over to the fucking tavern, stole a couple of beers from there, drank a few beers, went over to fucking Ratatouille. I had a stash of cocaine on the furnace, pulled it out, started storing that shit. They're real fucked up. And then one thing led to another. We went over to the fucking library, decided to burn it the fuck down because who gives a shit anymore? That was the state of mind that I was in, while being severely, you know, intoxicated and under a lot of drugs and shrooms. Then we went over to the fucking bank to rob the Babalari. No reason for it, we just did it. And the cops showed up. And from there we attempted...
Why were the cops there? Or were they called?
Well, I mean, shots were being fired, guns were out. I mean, I'm just assuming they got called in by locals or some shit. The cops showed up. Decided to try to get the fuck out of there. Vehicle gets boxed in. We hop out. Pull the fucking muskets out and we start blasting. Then we end up in jail. And here I am.
Okay. So, because you were in an emotional state, you decided to go and grab drugs. Grab a couple of other Babylonians. Go and steal beer from Casa Ninkasi. Get drugs from God knows where. underneath the furnace. I don't know where you got those drugs from. I'm assuming not from here because I've never seen any cocaine here. Go to what you thought was a library, which wasn't the actual library. Was Stanley's trailer. And you decide to burn it for what reason?
I'm not sure if it was the drugs or if it was Jesus, but I mean, I'm not going to question something Jesus tells me to do. But I don't think he should take any blame for it. As a matter of fact, him, Bazim, fucking Yaya, and AC should take no blame for this. They were simply probably thought it was okay because I am the Marduk. I understand my power. If I could do it, they probably felt like they could do it as well.
Now fuck that. That's fucking bullshit.
Shut the fuck up, Luciano. I'm not speaking to you.
That's fucking bullshit.
Shut the fuck up. We were very high.
Yeah, he isn't wrong.
And there was demons telling me to burn the library down. So that's pretty much the answer I got.
What demons were telling you to burn the fucking library down?
I don't know. We were fucking hallucinating. We were fucked up. Took like, I don't know, like a bag of shrooms each. Cocaine. Drank like, I don't know, 17 beers. A few shots.
See, this is the problem that I have with things, right? Is because you like to shit on other people when they can't hold their own or can't make their own decisions. But when they start to follow you in whatever situation that happened last night, you start to act like they're okay, that it's fine. Well, what's the difference between that and the problems that you have with them when they don't do that?
But what do you mean?
Is it because it's a problem now, because you're on trial now and you did something and you fucked up, that you don't want them to take blame for it?
What?
You're always bitching, rightfully so, about people not being able to make their own decisions. They always have to go through you or someone else, right? But the second that that happens and they're following you with whatever happened yesterday, you're okay with it then? Why?
It's not a matter of
then?
being okay with it. I mean, I'm the leader. If my leader came and say, "Hey, let's do drugs and party," I'm gonna think there's nothing wrong with doing that. That's just the simple fact.
Yeah, but then you call them out immediately afterwards for doing the same shit. And not even that, not even yesterday, right? Today, I caught you doing what? Meth? Trying to do meth? And then you try to call Sab and try to get cocaine from underneath the furnace, which is not only you fucking up yesterday, but again, today. Same shit. Different day.
Well, drugs aren't illegal. Just gonna point that out there.
Yeah, but the state of mind that you're in after you take those drugs is what caused you to do what you did yesterday. Is that not what you just said?
Correct, but
The
inherently
demons
I'm
speaking
doing
to you?
nothing wrong. I mean, I've been doing drugs since I've come to New Babylon.
And where have you gotten those drugs from?
My magic mushroom temple, where I sell them for $3 a pop.
Cocaine and meth. And what was it that you gave me today as well? Opium, I believe? No, not opium. Oxy.
Well, the oxy I stole from the doctor's office. The meth came from Bazim's laboratory. Well, it looks like meth anyways. The cocaine was brought in from the outer world, and I stashed it in case we ever decided to say fucking and use it.
The drugs are only part of the problem here. Eliza, I know you wanted to say something as well, and I interrupted you. You can come and speak on the mic as well.
You did not interrupt at all. Drugs do not magically manifest opinions, thoughts, or actions that we would not have done otherwise. Drugs do not magically make us into a different person. Very often they release or take away inhibitions. It feels like a lame and flimsy excuse to blame it on, oh, I was high, or oh, they were high.
I'm not blaming it on being high,
No.
though. You guys listen to my statement?
Yeah.
If you would like to let me finish. You asked me to be here, may I remind you.
When did I blame it on being high?
The fact that no one was critical of your actions and did not think to take responsibility for their own actions and only acted in this manner.
Well, I mean, the drugs are a part of the
because they were
story.
following your lead is precisely why we are failing here. So while it is noble of you to try to shelve and shoulder the blame of what other people have done, everyone here is culpable for their actions. Everyone has free will, funnily enough. Free will, what a concept. You chose to be here. You all chose to do the actions that you are doing. Even if you are being held at gunpoint, you can choose to either do what the person is forcing you to do or abstain. So I would like to ask everyone going forward, do not make excuses for other people. Take responsibility for your actions. Just because someone is the Marduk or the Regent doesn't mean you can simply say, oh, I was following orders. Fuck that. Respectfully.
I took blame.
Shut up, Jesus.
Fuck up.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna be gaslit here. I never once blamed the drugs. I know exactly what I did. I just want to point that out there. I mean, the drugs are a very crucial part of the story, though. I mean, I can leave it out if you want, but then you miss 75% of the story.
No, I heard your story, and I know what you mean. At the same time, the drugs are still a part of the story. It is part of why you weren't of right mind. And even in that, because you can use that as an excuse to do whatever the fuck you want in New Babylon, you chose to burn a building. You could have harmed many people in doing that, and you know that, which is, again, part of the Codex. Whether you guys want to follow a Codex or not, that is still part of it.
Correct.
After everything that happened, did you speak to anybody else in regards to the situation, or what conversations did you have that followed?
Well, massive firefight. New Babylonians kept showing up. I guess in an attempt to save my life, as we learned per Edgar's request. When we got shot the fuck down, we got treated eventually. Processed and sent to jail, and then in jail several people were chanting fuck the Codex, it means nothing. If no one's gonna follow the Codex, fuck the Codex, fuck New Babylon. Me and Benny had a very good conversation about how what we are trying to execute here, it was likely to fail, very slim chance of success, so it made absolutely no sense why we had that information and we are aware of that, and at the same time we are trying to lessen those chances by going to war with the Faceless. And then we agreed on the fact that everybody has to take some accountability. There's a lot of people to fucking blame, shit like that, really. That's pretty much everything. I mean, I told Elena to turn herself in at the hospital because what they were doing there was absolutely stupid. That's pretty much all I got.
Okay, question for you.
Yo.
Yesterday, you mentioned that you don't trust half the fucking people here. You think that you do believe that there are rats, correct?
Yes, but I said that to make people on edge. I
So
didn't like that nobody gave a fuck about this. Nobody gives a fuck about this leak. It blows my mind. Nobody gives a fuck about it. Me and Sad brought it up. We were freaking over the fact that all this information was written down in a book and given to the police. Nobody seemed to give a fuck about it. So yeah, I was trying to put motherfuckers on edge and try to add some dramatic flair to the fact there's a fucking literal leak in this fucking shithole. But it's more important instead. Let's go kill ourselves and fight the Faces instead. Fuck it. Yeah, so let's go to war and the fucking leak can literally shoot us in the back when we charge in. Wonderful.
Yeah, there's some people that didn't take it seriously, but that's not everybody, and you know that for a fact.
I digress.
I think you like to highlight on the negativity instead of anything that comes out positive. You like to just sulk in it.
Positivity is fake.
Right.
It's the death of progress.
Okay, so let's put everything on the table then. Who do you think is a rat?
Who do I think is a rat?
Yeah, let's. Why not?
If I had to make an educated guess with the information that I have, it's really tough to say. It's really tough to say.
I think you have some names in mind.
It's not really that I have names. I can't really put names on a list yet. There's a lot of people I don't know. There's a lot of people who obviously have a past with the Faces. I'm trying not to use against them. It's very hard, but this information was very, very, very specific. Although it was very vague, it was also very specific at the same time. I don't give a fuck if it was even planted by somebody with the intent to cause a disarray and chaos. The fact that they had that information is a problem.
Do you think it's more than one person?
Could be.
So even leaving this entire thing, you're gonna be walking on eggshells, just watching your back regardless, correct?
Nope.
Why is that?
Well, I don't walk on eggshells. I'm not a pussy.
Then why don't you want to name anybody?
Well, it's not fair with the information I have, but I'd have to investigate it more. Listen, very little investigation was done since the knowledge of this book. It's not fair for me to throw names there without the information I would seek, and to suss this person out to everybody else when they could be innocent. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, there's some truth to that, but you are a very smart man and you have means. It's difficult to think that you wouldn't think of anybody off the top of your mind, but
I don't want to press it on this. It's irrelevant. If I go and say I think it's Sab, what I do to Sab is now I brand him as a potential traitor, and everyone's going to treat him differently. When the matter of fact, he could not be a traitor, and he's busting his ass off to be here. I'm not going to do that to anybody here, unless I actually have tangible evidence to call them out.
Eliza, do you have anything else?
Not at the moment. I'm mulling over what has been said.
Okay, well, we're gonna have another one come up here.
I don't regret shit.
You can sit
Hope
down.
y'all know
Edgar?
it. I don't regret shit. At least I have the balls to do shit around here.
Please give a breakdown of everything that happened yesterday that included yourself.
Try to rally everybody, call them over here, emergency meeting. Send people out to go find Lang. To go retrieve him. I believe everybody was out and about, moving at that moment. While doing this, Speedy tells me that CJ has been captured and she must be retrieved. People must be looking for her. So I sent a party to go in search of her. Then we got news that it was Brandon. As she could not be found, I made some attempts to contact Brandon and he finally picking up. I was able to learn from him general idea of her location and I found her. And upon arrival she had no pulse and she was dead. Elena showed up and we began doing everything we could. She was thrown from a helicopter, I don't know how high, her bones were crushed. Elena performed some miracles and her pulse kept coming and then going again. Ambulance would not come. So I called McNulty personally. He flew a helicopter, we got in, took us there. At the hospital again, her pulse is not working. Doctor saying, sorry, we can't treat. We can't do it, we're EMS, blah, blah, blah. They would not even open the place for Elena to operate herself. So I took out my weapon and I forced them to do it. And after about 1 hour, they stabilized her, brought her back to life. I then was sent to prison.
That's all of it?
See if you have any more questions I can clarify in detail.
Eliza, from that, do you have anything? Because I have a couple questions, but I'll let you go first. I'm not sure if that's a yes or a no.
I am taking in the information as it was given. Is not the designation of a site specifically for torturing Babylonians inherently a violation of the Codex?
Because it was measures for the future.
What future was being planned in this situation?
Edgar, what the fuck, man?
I just asked the question, so yes, I do wish to know.
Okay, I will tell you.
Just answer these questions and go, why
Later,
is it
when
like
these
this?
bombs that we've known about start falling, and society defaults as is planned by the Faceless. All of San Andreas will go dark. Money will collapse. Institutions will collapse.
Answer the fucking question, goddammit! No one gives a fuck about a story!
I am answering it. When that happens, this will be the only refuge. And Babylon will grow in territory and be much bigger. And in those instances, when that happens, this was a preparatory measure to have a certain place where people can be taken. And the wolves can be talked to like wolves. And when violence was necessary, to exert that violence.
Let's go back to you saying about the bomb that you knew about the nuke. How long have you known about it?
I have known about it since the beginning.
Beginning of what?
It was I who delivered the nuclear warhead.
So then, you deciding to burn the blueprints a couple weeks ago.
Okay, I would like to object. We decided that as a group. It was not him. Everybody decided that.
Regardless, though, he knew what he had already handed them, correct?
It was in the past, though.
You don't think that's relevant information at all?
Queenie bias is crazy, yeah, but guys, this is good. Like, it's good that we have like imperfect characters doing
But
shit.
there
Like,
was
that's what
no
makes
knowledge of
ERP
anybody
interesting.
else knowing that they had that.
We don't want
You
like
do
a
realize that
completely
everything that's
unbiased,
happening right now
insanely
is
good judge. Like, that's just
because of-
boring. Like, we want bias. We want people to be imperfect.
That the blueprints being burned, correct? Which I understand it is
but
a
it is not that. That's what you don't understand. That is only a small part of it. You think this place is being bombed every day repeatedly because of the blueprint? Do you truly believe that?
not necessarily no.
Fuck yeah, dude, what the fuck?
Did we get bombed before the blueprint? I don't think.
I don't think
13 happened before
Why else? Why else?
the blueprints.
Tell us why else.
I will tell you, but it's gonna be a little long.
Go for it.
All right, just summarize it though, please, brother.
Okay, guys, there is a fucking plan, okay? To destroy this city. There are investors, okay? A hidden hand that is conquering San Andreas. The entire government is indebted to them. At a certain point, they're gonna call in on the loans that the government owes, which they will not be able to pay, which I have confirmed, and society will default. But in order to get that point proper for the takeover, the city must be in chaos at all times. Operation Dread Torrent, the main operation of the Faceless, where weapons and guns are flooded in the streets to cause constant chaos over and over, to make sure every institution and nobody is in any way can stand on their own, to work together. Because when it happens, and when those bombs start dropping, and when society defaults, you will have nowhere to turn to, you will be eliminated, you will be erased, and San Andreas will be prepared for new people to come and enter, and to be rebuilt. Babylon, and an idea like Babylon, is the only thing that can withstand it. Because they will be independent. When money collapses, this place will have money, its own currency, will be immune. When the food institutions collapse and no trade can happen, this place will have food. We are self-sufficient. We stand against this great plan that has been in effect for years. For years, with budgets estimating in the billions. We are being attacked every day because we are the only thing withstanding against this greater plan, not just against the Faceless, but their investors as well. That is why I'm in Babylon. Why do you think we are being attacked repeatedly, day after day after day? They do not want us to unify and to become independent in that way. When I wrote the Codex, those 10 laws, they were based off two principles: unity and independence, which means self-sufficiency. And if you look at every one of those laws, they're in support of those two principles, because those are the only two things that will withstand this plan that is coming. Now, when I start to see that the Codex becomes a barrier to this plan, for example, when this leak happened and the morale dropped, and I saw that people were eating each other, I thought, what good is keeping the Codex if one of the main principles, unity, is falling apart? At that point I said, Lang, it's better, let's call Brian Knight or somebody, have them give the DNA analysis. I am not perfect, perhaps I miswrote the Codex, things need to be changed. But what's at stake here is so important. They said to me, you think we actually care about the blueprint? What we care about is a disobeyal, and for that you will burn. When I returned, I said those words, and I was consequently burned and incinerated. These repeated attacks that are happening day after day, they're not happening because of a blueprint. They are happening because I know their plan, we know their plan, and they see us as trying to resist them. When this place defaults and when those bombs drop, and it don't matter if we fall on Babylon or the courthouse, it make no difference. The only people that will survive against this hidden hand are those that have their own currency.
Dude, the new Batman costume chat is so hard. Holy fuck.
Self-sufficiency, all of those.
Blue one, yeah, it's so hard.
But they will not happen without this man, because that hidden hand fears him. And if he breaks every law in the Codex, whose logical conclusion will be permanent exile, then the Codex shouldn't exist.
So what was your point of writing a codex if you didn't want to follow it?
I have just told you.
He did just tell us, to be honest.
Preserve the principles of unity and independence on which Babylon should be built. But that banner that we are under is under Marduk. So I wrote those laws to make sure that those were there. If you follow Queen ideological conclusion to the violations, it's permanent exile.
Wait, really? Like, I permanent? Like, we ate a motherfucker and we gave him a temp exile, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Though, holding the guns against the Babylonians is a direct break of the commandment. To rob the treasury, direct break of commandment. To conspire with the others to do it, getting them involved is a break. The following events where the law showing up here, the negligence bringing all that attention, is a break.
Are you referring to yourself or are you referring to someone else right now?
I'm referring to yesterday's events with Lang. Those things which have happened have been admitted to. If this court is to have any legitimacy, it will result in a permanent banishment.
Yeah, but that's not up to you, though.
I'm just saying.
And I appreciate the opinion, but it's not necessarily needed at the moment.
In that...
Because you're trying to push it back towards Lang, but we're here talking about you.
No, I'm giving you clarity in my perspective. I'm allowing you to
I think you're trying to give a
motivation.
sentence. And I think you're trying to give a sentence to someone that just spoke beforehand about what he did. But what the main focus right now is about your wrongdoings, what you did.
The question is, why follow the codex when it's convenient? Why follow and no follow? Is that not it? I'm trying to explain to you.
I know the codex. I know the codex that you wrote. Fuck, everybody here knows it. We were told we were gonna take a fucking quiz weeks ago.
And Skipper knows it.
I believe I am not being able to
I
understand,
get what
so
you're
it's
saying.
okay.
I get
will
what you're
not
saying
continue.
is that based off of the codex, everything that was broken, it should lead to exile. But if that's the case, based off of all the trials that we had in the past, we would be missing a lot of members. This, if you want to call it court, isn't designed to be what it was in the city. Things change. Punishments are given based off of the information that is given in the trial, based on facts. Not every punishment is going to align the same based on the crimes. Yeah, they might at some point. For all I know, maybe he will get exiled. Maybe you'll get exiled. I don't fucking know. I don't know that yet. That's why we're here. But I want to bring the attention back to yourself.
And what is the question that you wish me to answer?
From everything that you did yesterday, what would you say from your codex that you broke? I'm curious.
I took CJ to the hospital and used tools and services that were not Babylonian.
Edgar didn't really do much, to be fair.
Was that it?
I believe so.
You said that you held, who was it that you held at gunpoint?
I held 2 EMS. I had them open up the places, and when Elena needed assistance and didn't have there was a piece of knowledge that the other one had to do, and I made her do it, so CJ would not die.
What was the point of holding them at gunpoint, though, if they were at the hospital, right? Couldn't the doctors that were already there just work on her?
No, they refused.
Why would they refuse helping someone?
Because there were no doctors, and they were EMS. And they said they're legally not allowed to. I'm sorry, we can't.
So you held the EMS at gunpoint so that they could open the doors to let Elena inside and let Elena work on her?
See, but there were police there, you understand. And they would have immediately apprehended and she would have died there.
What?
Why bring her to the hospital?
Why not just treat her at New Babylon
because
then?
She was dead. And I wanted her to live.
Elena, stand for me for a second and come
But I'm
to the
confused. Why
microphone.
not just treat her here? Did I miss something?
Based off of what you saw with CJ yesterday, did she need to go to the hospital or was she...
Equipment? Oh, please, brother. The amount of surgeries we've had done here already? What do you mean equipment?
To the extent that I believe that I can never say fully whether I can fix someone or not. I believe that I could have.
Here in New Babylon?
Yes. But at that moment, I was focused on nothing except, you know, CJ. And so whatever happened around me, it didn't matter where I was, what I was doing. Whether I was in Air 1 or whether I was in a hospital room, I was just doing everything I could to keep CJ alive. Again, there's no way for me to say with certainty that I could have saved her.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Edgar. At any point, with everything going on, did you ever see it as an opportunity for yourself to rise and put others down, and you be the, I guess, hold the power?
I don't understand the question.
That's a loaded question to ask. A little weird.
Did you or did you not at some point basically say fuck Ling and everything that happened? You wanted to take control of shit.
Did he do that?
I was put second in command.
Yes or no, motherfucker?
In his absence, I am to be in charge. And I saw him absent, so I took charge and said, this guy not in his right mind. So yes. Because what I heard is this guy freaked out, took drugs, left and burned down Babylon.
You heard wrong, bitch.
But in a moment where essentially it is declared martial law, does that not also just mean that your, I guess, power in that moment isn't really relevant?
If it was irrelevant, the martial lawyers should have said, we're not doing that, we're gonna continue to stand. When I give the directive to go search for Lang.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is because of martial law, technically you wouldn't have power. So you saying fuck Lang and you wanting to take power had no credibility at all. You were just saying that to say it, correct?
I said fuck Lang when it was cursing me on the phone.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Lang, please. With
All
the
right.
outbursts.
Apologies, Your
I
Honor.
was in the hospital and he fucking called me. And starts fucking screaming at me. So I said, fuck you. You're not in your fucking mind. Go fuck yourself.
We'll
Pussy,
see.
you became afraid. You freaked out, burned the city and went.
I didn't freak out.
Well, that's what everybody told me.
Liars.
You
Eliza, do you have
understand?
anything?
So in that situation, I did the position he put me in.
Which again, under martial law, was not even
Where
really
the
there.
fuck were the marshals then? Where was their tripas?
That is a good question. What the fuck
Everyone
were
freaking
Rush and
out talking
Luciano
about-
doing?
We're gonna die, everyone's burning it down. Half of them are doing drugs, standing the fuck around. Stop talking to me about the fucking marshals.
You want to talk about tripas and then people having fucking guts when all you did was come back after a week, being completely gone, being like, hey, nobody's fucking here.
Queenie, you're
not
getting
speaking
too
to a single
biased.
soul and trying to act without having any
Okay.
idea of anything that's been
What the fuck
formulated
are
or
you
planned
talking
by other
about?
people in the past month.
I came back.
Listen, to be fair, the marshals did declare martial law, then seemingly did nothing afterwards. I'm just gonna say it. He's not wrong about that. They took no charge in anything.
Eliza, do you have anything?
I want to say, no, you're accusing me of something. I must say, when I returned from my sojourn after seeing the vision of Shai Halud on a massive mushroom trip, the first person I talked to that was around was Luciano. He told me that Speedy had been kidnapped, taken to the human labs, turned into some experiment and shot by Teddy, the rascal. I was told that a day before that Lang was blown to pieces. I was told that we're going to go on the offensive. We're gonna blow that Pentecost house to
Oh
smithereens.
my god, we just
I told them
found
about
the
the idea
problem.
that I had, and we agreed that it was a good one. Everyone had gone to bed. There was me and 3-4 others. They were asking me what should
This
be done.
is
Let us
why
do,
a
let us do.
trial
I
is
said, okay, we will
amazing.
do. In accordance with a certain plan that was hatched. This is after I was told that Misha was grabbed and shot in the fucking head. I took that as the example to follow in that same road. Any more questions?
I think we just found a very key piece to the story. I'm gonna be honest.
I cannot, in good conscience, serve as any sort
Fucking
of
Luciano.
with what is happening here.
Oh my god, Chad, this is crazy.
I came here under the impression that me being asked to be a judge after I left was a ruse to get my shit kicked in. And now hearing that not just the regent here, but the Marduk apparently was aware of intentions to execute me. I ethically cannot weigh in on this.
Yes, you can.
Because
This
now
isn't
I'm
Los
inherently
Santos Court.
biased.
This is New Babylon. Do whatever the fuck you want. Ethically weigh in wherever the fuck you want to weigh in. Nobody gives a shit. Just do it.
Why should I ethically weigh in when I'm not? The reason I left is because I'm not even wanted here, and my opinion clearly doesn't carry weight.
Yes, you are
That's not
wanted
true.
here.
Only
You
one
are wanted here. You
What they
are
feel
wanted
is do
here.
it.
What? I mean, clearly the fact that people wanted to beat my shit in with hammers or shoot me, apparently.
Oh no, that was me that said I'm gonna kill her if she walks. Because I'd rather see you dead than leave me, because that's how much we need you.
Well, not we.
But
He needs you for his
but I
plan
also
for the
told
faceless.
I also told Alfonso I'm gonna shoot Speedy right now and Luciano if they raise a finger on her. I told Alfonso that and he said don't do it.
By that virtue, regardless, I don't think I can weigh in on this in a meaningful way. Fundamentally, a lot of what was just being mentioned falls to clear communication issues, among other things.
True.
I'll be honest, I'm actually at a loss for words. I need a moment to think.
Take all the time you need.
I don't have any other questions, Edgar.
I will say a vital piece of this story is, well, I was not aware that, nor was informed that Luciano had a conversation with Edgar and told him we were going on the offensive when that's not at all what was really happening. So I could see why Edgar then made the stupid decision to go and attack their HQ. Just want to point that out there. Which then caused the spiral that came afterwards.
Let's call Luciano to the stand, please, to get clarification on if that's what happened.
That is the gist of it. TLDR. Edgar knew that, of course, there were plans.
Okay, but did you tell Edgar we were going on the offensive?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Did you tell him that?
I told him of our plans with the operation. That's all I told him.
And that Misha was shot.
Yes, of course. I don't think I said anything about going on a full attack or anything like that, even though that operation basically implies that, I guess. But
I shot that motherfucker in the head, by the way.
I'm jealous.
I'm confused. Is that not going on the offensive or what? Like, what's the issue here?
We are not going on the offensive. No, that is not going on the offensive.
Okay, then I did not tell him to go on the offensive.
Okay, Eliza and I are gonna go speak, and we'll be back in, I don't know, 5 minutes.
All right.